what Fallout 76 is like today, so you can make an informed decision about whether or not to purchase it, or whether to jump back into it if Bethesda managed to scam you out of your money the first time around. To do this, I started an entirely new character on the day that Wastelanders was released. I leveled that character up to level 20, and then I did both sides of the Wastelanders campaign content, since there are 2 paths before you have to make a critical decision. I did a fair chunk of the original campaign again, I did a fair chunk of the side content, some of it again and some for the first time. I did a bunch of crafting, I built a camp, which I'm particularly proud of. I unlocked one of the new NPC companions. I played this fucking game for about 30 hours this past week, and I put myself through that because I wanted to provide as comprehensive a view as I could about what this game is like in 2020. Now, I don't want to be coy about this. I hate this game. Most of the things wrong with the launch state of Fallout 76 are exactly the same as they were back then, and these things are such deal breakers that no amount of new content can fix what's wrong here. I still firmly believe that this is garbage, so if you were to ask me right now, should I buy Fallout 76, my answer would be a resounding hell fucking no. But I would follow up with unless, because there are some improvements here, definitely, and some of these improvements are so notable that they make it possible to recommend this game to a very specific subset of people. In my darkest, most shameful moments, I enjoyed some of my time with Fallout 76. The core underlying Bethesda model of first-person and third-person exploration in a vast open world will always be appealing, but populating that world with NPCs notably elevates that experience. The introduction of characters who are well-written and well-voiced is great. As many have noticed, this is better writing than anything we saw in Fallout 4. The RPG skill checks and dialogue options are good. There are plenty of instances here where your stats and decisions will manifestly affect story outcomes in a campaign, and that's a good thing too. But at the end of the day, Wastelanders is essentially an enjoyable single-player DLC adventure that has been crudely bolted onto what is still an absolutely horrendous video game. Many will wonder if it's worth suffering through Fallout 76 in order to experience this new content, and the simple answer to that is absolutely not. Ironically, Wastelanders is the perfect argument for why Fallout 76 should never have existed in the first place, or at least not in the way that it does. The core DNA of this update, the things that people like most about it, are the very things that Fallout 76 was never designed to deliver and can never fully deliver. That's why you have some NPCs that you can shoot and others that you can't. That's why you can't progress through cutscenes with your friends. That's why you can rob blind any NPC you meet and they won't do anything to stop you. If you were to put Wastelanders into Fallout 4 or even Fallout 3, it immediately becomes a better experience because those games have the immersive, rules-based consequences that Fallout 76 could never have. On top of all of this, coming back to this game after all this time lets me see for myself just how grotesque Bethesda's vision for game monetization has become. If you're one of the people that can accept Fallout 76 on its own ridiculous, unpalatable, ludicrous terms, then you might have fun with it. If you can accept Wastelanders as a singular, finite addition to that package, then you might have fun with that too. But if you're hoping that Wastelanders was a sort of No Man's Sky 2.0 or Destiny 2 or Final Fantasy 14 redemption arc, then no, Fallout 76 is still Fallout 76, and in this review, I'm going to show you what that looks like in 2020.
Country roads, take me home.
Fallout 76 is famous for being one of the worst running, worst optimized, most unstable AAA games in history. I can confirm that most of this is still the case, but there are some improvements here. Serviceability is the big one. Even in what I expect was a busy launch window for the game and its servers, I didn't get disconnected once. This is in stark contrast to my original experience with the game where I'd be disconnected all the damn time. Netcode, however, is not good. The most common thing you'll encounter is shooting enemies, only for those shots to simply not register at all. Now, to be fair, I can't tell if this is netcode related or one of the other myriad bugs present in the game, but I'm going to put it down to netcode because that's usually what this is in other online games. Either way, the fact that I no longer get booted offline all the time is a big plus, but it's also kind of a minimum expectation, so let's not get carried away. Frame rates. So yeah, I played this on an RTX 2080 Ti running at 1080p. I ran it at 1080p because if I try for 1440p, the frame rate struggles to maintain 60 FPS. At ultra settings on 1080p, I got a fairly constant 72 frames a second, but I still got plenty of